Okay, so we got the AR-15 mag here today. Now I know a lot of you guys like to run PMags, and there's lots of other options out there. But some of us that have been shooting for a while have lots of these lying around. And they can start to look real ratty. They can get pretty beat up. This is the way that I kind of bring them up into the 21st century a bit. Now the first thing I do with these is place the follower. If you can look and see, that's the old green follower. I'm going to look in my camera and see if you're seeing this. There we go. That's the old green follower, and that tendency to tilt like that. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it will tilt in, and you'll get rounds jammed in there instead of feeding correctly. So we're going to replace that. We're going to replace the spring, and we're going to give this a new coating of some some lubricant. It's actually a dry film lubricant. That's what this gray on these magazines really is. And I'll show you how to do that. So for the first step, you want to open up the magazine. Now there are lots of ways to do this. I've always found it's easy just to take a punch. I have a short little punch here. Stick it in there. Pull up a little bit. And you pull it right out. And yeah, you should probably hold on to that because it can be under some real tension. Now I just take the whole thing out. If you don't have a new spring, you can always take your new Magpul follower. This is, I'll give you a close-up on this. Come around to the camera here so you can see it. You can take your new Magpul follower and just put it on the old spring. But for the purpose of this video today, I'm going to use a new chrome silicone spring to redo this magazine with. Because chances are if you're buying these used, these springs are pretty beat up and probably pretty old. But to take them off, it's real simple. You just pull right in there and it comes right off. So you can put your new Magpul follower on there if you have to. But for today, we're going to put that aside. So we've got this all ready to go. You got your bottom all ready to go. This is something else I do with floor plates. I mark them. If you can tell on this floor plate, there's a little squirt of paint on it. And the reason for that is I've run this mag. I know it works. It's been tested and it's marked. So now if I need a mag right away that I know works 100%, I can do this. I can pick it up and take it. So the first thing we're going to do is smooth out a little bit of texture that's left here. This one's pretty well coated, but you'll see them start to kind of show a copper color through, and they'll get really worn out. So what you want to do is you take some steel wool and just kind of run it over. Flatten out any imperfections, any stuff that's left over. In my case, it's all the fingerprints I just put on it after trying this. Sometimes I'll stick them in the sandblaster if they're really dirty, but because this one isn't that bad, you don't really need to. And because you're just spraying film lubricant over it again, you won't really need to either. So there you go. You want to make this nice and smooth. Bump down all the edges, either in the lubricant itself or anything else on there. You'll want to clean the inside. Now I know this one's been cleaned already, but I'm still going to clean the inside real quick. What I've done in the past is take a pistol rod and a paper towel and sprayed some hops in there, gone through and shoved it through until it was clean, and then sprayed it off with some brake part cleaner. So once we're done with that, I'm going to get some stuff over here. This is Crc Moly Lube. You'll hear it referred to as Perma-Slick G sometimes. It's the same stuff. You can buy this from any industrial store. I think I bought these at Granger, but it's the same deal. And as you can see, let's shake it up a little bit. It comes out with kind of a brownish gray color. I think this one's shot, so we're going to get the other one. But that's pretty much it. Let me go grab the other one real quick here for purposes of the video. There we go. There. So you get a nice gray color. And that is, believe it or not, this is not paint. This is a film lubricant. It's kind of like a dry lubricant. So we're going to take this off now. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to take some good old brake part cleaner. And we'll pretend I've cleaned the inside already. Just going to spray off the outside. Get it all clean. It's pretty forgiving. You don't really want to get a lot of fingerprints on it, but it's pretty forgiving stuff. As you can tell, there's still some carbon on here from the last time this magazine was used. There. So I got most of it off now. Now what I do with these when I do them individually is I will take a paintbrush. As you can tell, this one's been used a lot. Just stick it up in there. Let all the stuff dry off that was there, all the residue from the brake cleaner. Okay? Now you just take this stuff here, the dry moly, and ever so gently, real thin film. And because this mag isn't that bad, I don't have to go too crazy with it. I generally like to hold it like this, but for purposes of the video, I'm kind of holding it a little sideways so you can see. There, that's it. Let me see if you can see if I got that in the camera. Yeah. Now this will take probably about 20 minutes to dry. So when we come back, we'll finish up the magazine, and I'll show you how to do the rest. Alright, so we're back. As you can see, nice and dry now, dry to the touch. It does dry very quickly. The hotter it is outside, the quicker it will dry. So, don't need him anymore. I take my new spring and my new follower. Now I do something that people will probably cringe at, but being that it's frog lube, I don't really freak out about it too much. I take a little tiny bit of frog lube. My fingers are kind of dirty, but let me give you an example. See that little green, the little bit that's there? And I just wipe it on the spring. That's it. I mean, a little touch of it. Frog lube is good for this because it doesn't attract dust and dirt. And I just want to put an ever so slight coating, a little bit on the front and back there, so everything glides smoothly, nothing can rust, nothing can get stuck in it. Then after that, wipe off my hands so I don't get frog lube all over my new finish here. And just place it and stick it in there. Slide it right in. There you go. Now you got to compress this down, and you have your floor plate ready. So just compress it down like that. Hold it, and push it across. Get in there. Give it a little final tap. There we go. And it's all done. And what I was telling you about with the tilting before, with the followers, this is the Magpul anti-tilt follower. It cannot move front or back. It's fully supported on both sides. So your feeding will greatly improve with it. And that's kind of a simple way to bring your magazines up into the 21st century. Again, all you really need is a new spring if you want it, a new follower so you can get rid of the old green one or black one, some dry Moly Lube, and this is from CRC, but as I said also you can get the stuff called Perma-Slick G, and that's about it, you know. If you don't want to use carb cleaner when cleaning it off after you sand it down, you can simply wash it with hot soap and water and let it dry. Either way it'll work, and that'll give you a nice clean result. Wipe my fingerprints off there and show you. Comes out pretty nice. And that's pretty much it. So that's how you update your magazines. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in my next video.